Hello everyone, welcome back to March Sadness. It is day 14 and I am going insane. This is just a lot of videos to make in my free time, but you know what? I've been enjoying every second of it. Connecting with all of you in the comments has been a lot of fun. Sharing some albums that mean a lot to me has also been great. If you've been enjoying this series and want to boost the algorithm a little bit in my favor, please just like and comment on any of the videos in this series that you watch. Really helps out the channel. I'll give you a second to do that while I eat an apple. Apparently eating an apple before recording is supposed to help with the absolutely maddening tongue and saliva clicks that I've had to edit around. Thanks for your patience as I figure all this out, but let's get on with today's topic, which is an album from Down Under. So of course we're gonna pick Chemical Miracle, an album I consider perfect. For a long time, Trophy Eyes was a band that would get recommended in forums as scene adjacent, but I just wasn't seeing what everyone else saw in this band. This was during a period of my life where I needed catchiness and polish and would get turned off by rawness, so Trophy Eyes just wasn't clicking with me at that point. It took seeing Trophy Eyes in a live setting for me to really get into their music. Aside from that being one of the best live shows that I've ever been to, the rawness and aggression in the vocals really worked in a live setting. Their songs paired so well with pushing and yelling and shoving. After that show, I listened to a lot of Trophy Eyes just to try and get back to that high that I felt from that concert. Chasing that feeling eventually led to me just liking this album on its own, liking Trophy Eyes' sound on its own, and Trophy Eyes would become one of my favorite bands. This was also a gateway for me into bands like Title Fight, Basement, Grandview, Balance and Composure, bands that sound like that. I think Chemical Miracle's biggest strength and why so many of us resonate with this album is the darkness in the lyrics. They're heavy, they're triggering, and they're brutal. When I personally connect with that kind of darkness and each song hits close to home, it's hard for me to call this album anything short of a masterpiece. An album like this can become a personification of you in a way, and anyone who points out its flaws feels like they're personally attacking you. So I am definitely wrapped up in that emotional attachment to Chemical Miracle. I have selfishly warped and intertwined John Floriani's story in this album into my own narrative, and I've connected to Chemical Miracle unlike any other piece of art. So yeah, this one is special to me. The bits of hardcore that are sprinkled into Chemical Miracle accentuate the hatred and anger in these lyrics. John's vocals shift from harsh to pleasant at a moment's notice, but the guitars are just as dynamic. You have the chill and friendly guitar sound on Chlorine and Daydreamer, but then the frantic playing on Counting Sheep or Suicide Pact to match the energy of that song's story. Overall, I think that the instrumentation is trying very hard to disguise how depressing and heavy these songs actually are. Chlorine enters its name as an all-time great opening track, setting up the stage of what's to come on the album as John contemplates the death of someone who saved someone else's life. That recollection of events seemed to spark an obsession with suicide and how so many trains of thought can lead you there, and how the people around you can let you down, lift you up, or add fuel to the fire. Whether it's the boredom and loneliness on Counting Sheep, the self-fulfilling prophecy of Heaven Sent, or the morbid thoughts of Suicide Pact, Trophy Eyes find a way to drag you down with them. But getting you to sing along as they drag you down is perhaps their biggest trick. There are two songs on here that are quite polarizing and stand out as very different from the rest of the album, but I absolutely love these tracks. You probably already know what they are. Chemical and Miracle are two quick little tracks that the pop-minded are sure to skip the instant that they hear them. Chemical asks questions that we've all heard before, but the metaphors find a way to bring the idea to life. It's one of those times where the execution really outshines the idea. Miracle is an end of your rope, all hope is lost downer of a song. The whoa whoa whoas crush you down even further. It really captures the feeling of not wanting to face another day where the weight is too much to bear. I have to be really careful when listening to this song. There's no pop elements, there's no catchiness. It's just straight up bleak. Chemical Miracle has simply gotten better with age. I think it gets stronger with multiple listens, has enough variety in it to keep it fresh, and if you're into big guitars and sad lyrics, eat your heart out with Chemical Miracle. It's been a pleasure to revisit Chemical Miracle. I really hope to see you tomorrow for the next installment of March Sadness. Here's the schedule, and I'll see you then.